All right, so we're diving into choreology today.
Really fascinating field.
It's this really cool blend of dance creation and history and cultural context, all kind of wrapped into one.
Yeah.
And, we've got a listener out there who's getting ready for an interview
Oh, very
for
cool.
a choreologist position. So,
Big day.
yeah, big day. And we're going to help them get ready for that using this stack of resources we have.
Awesome.
So we've got the career guide and we have the interview
And
guide.
we're going to break it all down.
This is their secret weapon.
It's like a backstage pass.
I love that backstage
Big
pass.
success.
All right, so let's start with the career guide
Yeah.
and kind of get a sense of, what a choreologist actually does.
Right.
Because it's more than just, teaching steps.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
It's so much more than that. You're really a dance historian. You're a movement theorist,
Oh, wow.
a creative director, all kind of in one.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you're a specialist in a specific style like ethnic or early dance or Baroque dance. And you really delve deep into the history, the sociology, even the psychology
Wow.
behind those movements.
Sounds like being a dance detective.
It is. It's like, uncovering all the stories and the influences woven into every single step.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, the guide also mentions that technology is becoming a bigger part of this.
Huge part.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, software's allowing choreographers to analyze movement in 3D, create virtual dancers,
What?
even play with motion capture.
Oh, wow.
So really incredible stuff.
So, like, even designing a routine with, like, a digital dancer.
Yeah, and then bringing it to life in the studio. I mean, that's the kind of thing I think you'd want to touch on in an interview.
Right.
Just to show that you're forward-thinking and, tech-savvy.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get to the interview questions, let's talk about the realities of this job.
Right.
Because the career guide doesn't sugarcoat anything.
No, it's
It talks about long hours, unpredictable income,
very competitive.
and a super competitive job market.
Yeah, you got to be ready for all of that.
Yeah.
It takes real passion and resilience,
Definitely. And, just a constant hustle
For sure.
for those opportunities.
Yeah, but it's so rewarding.
It is.
You get to be creative,
Yeah.
You're working with talented people,
Yeah.
and you might even create your own dance forms one day.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
It would be.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's do it.
Acing that interview.
Mm-hmm.
The interview guide has the top 10 questions you're probably going to get asked.
It's a great starting
I'm
point.
going to break down each one and give you some insights to really stand out.
Beyond the obvious.
Exactly. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Can you tell us about your experience with choreography?
Okay.
Seems pretty straightforward, but I'm sure there's a strategic way to approach this one.
Oh, definitely. This is your chance to showcase the depth and breadth of your experience.
Right.
So don't just list performances, highlight, your formal training, workshops you've taught, even if it was just for a community group.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it all adds up.
Well,
Leadership roles you've had, even if it was for like a student film.
That's a good idea.
Anything like that.
Okay.
To show initiative
Yeah.
and a genuine love for what you do.
Absolutely. Now, what about follow-up questions?
Okay.
What if they ask you to elaborate on a specific project?
Be prepared to talk about the creative process behind that project. What inspired you? What challenges did you face? How did you collaborate with the dancers?
Oh, yeah.
Specific examples make your answers memorable
Right.
and, show your ability to think critically about your work.
And that's where RoleCatcher's AI can be a total game changer.
Oh, it really can.
Because their CV resume builder can look at job descriptions
Yeah,
and highlight the skills that employers want.
right.
So you can really tailor your resume and your answers.
Exactly. You're not guessing. You're strategically aligning your experience
Ah.
with their expectations.
That's incredible. Okay, next question. How do you typically approach creating a new dance routine?
Right.
This feels like it's all about showcasing your creative process.
It is, yeah. The interviewer wants to see what makes you tick as a choreographer. Talk about your music selection, how you develop your movement concepts,
Yeah.
and how you refine and polish your work. So,
Yeah.
do you start with improvisation? Do you draw inspiration from, themes or stories? The more specific you are, the better.
So instead of just saying, I'm inspired by nature,
Right.
you could talk about a specific piece where you were inspired by, like, the flow of water.
Exactly. Or like the swaying of trees.
Yes.
Yeah. Those details paint a picture for the interviewer
They do.
and show off your creativity.
For sure. Okay, now this next one I think might be tricky for some aspiring choreographers.
Okay.
How do you adapt your choreography to fit the abilities of different dancers? So this feels like it's all about,
Adaptability.
yes, being adaptable and understanding that not all dancers are the same.
Not all dancers are created equal, that's for sure.
Right.
And the interviewer wants to see that you can analyze those strengths and weaknesses and then tailor your vision
Okay.
to fit that.
Yeah. So can you modify steps
Yes.
to make them more accessible?
Exactly.
Can you rearrange formations
Yeah.
to highlight certain dancers?
Absolutely.
It's all about,
Flexibility.
yes, and getting the best out of each dancer.
Getting the best out of everybody.
You're not just imposing your vision.
Right.
It's about collaboration
It is.
and really understanding each dancer you're working with.
Yeah, for sure.
And that leads right into the next question, which I think a lot of people trip up on.
Okay.
Can you tell us about a time you had to adjust a routine due to unforeseen circumstances?
Oh, the dreaded unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah. So everyone loves a good story,
They do.
and this is your chance to show off your problem-solving skills.
And your adaptability. Yeah.
Exactly. So the lead dancer twists their ankle right before the big performance.
Oh, no.
What do you do?
The show must go on.
The show must go on, right?
Yes. Yeah. Choose an example that shows you can think on your feet. Come up with creative solutions. Maybe a dancer was injured, a prop malfunctioned, or the performance space changed last minute.
Oh, yeah.
So describe, the situation. What were the challenges? How did you overcome them?
Yeah.
Focus on the positive outcome. How your quick thinking saved the day.
So it's really showing that you can handle the pressure.
Yeah.
And you can turn these unexpected challenges
Yeah.
into creative problem-solving moments.
Absolutely.
Okay, now let's talk about staying relevant. Because in the dance world, things are constantly changing.
They are.
So question number 5 is, how do you stay current with dance trends and techniques?
Oh, good one.
Yeah, so this is your chance to show that you're a lifelong learner.
And you're passionate about growth.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
talk about workshops, classes, industry publications,
Online resources.
online resources, conferences, anything that shows you're actively engaged in the dance community.
Yeah, and you're staying ahead of the curve.
So it's not just what you know now, it's you're committed to growing
Exactly.
your skills and your knowledge.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions could they ask here?
They might ask you to talk about a specific workshop or training that you attended,
Okay.
What did you learn? How did it impact your approach to choreography?
Oh.
So be ready to share some specific takeaways
Yeah.
and how you've integrated those new ideas into your work.
All right, moving on to question number 6. How do you incorporate storytelling into your choreography?
Okay.
This seems like it goes beyond just steps and technique.
It does.
It's like creating a world
Yeah,
that draws the audience in and makes them feel something.
absolutely. So describe how you analyze the music and lyrics, how you identify themes and emotions, and then develop movement concepts that really communicate the story that you're trying to tell.
Yeah.
Do you use gestures, facial expression?
Yeah.
How do you create specific characters
That's a good.
through your movement? Think about how you use the space, the lighting, to enhance the narrative.
Okay.
The interviewer wants to see that you can create, a cohesive and impactful experience.
Absolutely. All right, question number 7. How do you work with other professionals like lighting designers or costume designers to create a cohesive performance? This really highlights the collaborative nature
For sure.
of choreography.
Yeah, collaboration is key in anything artistic,
Yeah.
especially in dance. Highlight your communication skills and your ability to work effectively with others.
Right.
Describe how you communicate your ideas clearly, listen to feedback, and how you find those creative solutions that just bring everything together seamlessly.
So it's not just about dictating your vision.
Right.
It's about respecting the expertise of everybody else and really working together to create something special.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions could they ask here?
They might ask you about a specific time you had to compromise with another team member,
Oh,
or how you resolved a conflict over a design choice.
that's a good one.
Be prepared to share examples of how you handle those challenges,
Right, because those are going to come up
Oh, they will.
in any collaborative
Well, for sure.
environment.
Yeah.
Okay, last question from the interview guide.
Right.
How do you evaluate the success of a dance performance? So this feels like it goes beyond just applause,
Yeah.
and standing ovations.
It's more than just the audience reaction. You have to have a critical eye, be able to really assess the performance objectively.
Yeah.
So talk about how you analyze audience feedback, but also, how you evaluate the execution of the routine itself.
Right.
Were the dancers technically strong?
Yeah.
Did they convey the emotion?
Yeah.
Were there any moments that fell flat?
That's a good point.
Did it lack energy? Were there parts that just didn't work?
So it's about constantly,
Striving for the best.
yes, striving for excellence and being able to identify both the good and the bad.
The strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
And remember, the interviewer might ask for a specific example of a performance that maybe didn't quite meet your expectations.
Oh, okay.
And how you use that to learn and improve for next time.
Right.
So be honest, be reflective, and show them that you're always learning and growing.
I love that. Okay, we've covered all the top questions from the guide.
We did it.
I feel like our listener is way ahead of the game now.
Yeah, they're ready.
But before we wrap up, let's circle back to RoleCatcher's AI because it can really help fine-tune those interview responses.
It can. It really can.
So their platform can analyze specific job descriptions,
Yeah.
figure out, what keywords they're looking for,
The skills they want.
and give you personalized feedback to make sure your answers are hitting the mark.
It's like having a secret weapon that helps you tailor those responses for maximum impact.
And I love their video practice feature.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You can simulate the interview.
Yeah.
Get feedback on your delivery.
Even your body language.
With body language, yes.
It's invaluable. I mean, if you want to feel confident walking into that interview.
Definitely. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit and talk about career advancement.
Right.
The career guide talks about becoming a director, a researcher, an instructor,
Oh, yeah.
even creating your own dance forms.
Possibilities are endless.
Whoa, creating your own dance forms.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now, that's like next level stuff.
What advice would you give to our listener who dreams of doing that?
It takes a really deep understanding of dance history and theory, a willingness to experiment, and a strong artistic vision. It's about taking what you know and then asking, what if? What if we combine these two styles? What if we explore movement in a completely new way?
So it's like a constant evolution.
It is, yeah. Pushing those boundaries.
And what about those who want to be a director?
Mm-hmm.
What skills do you need for that?
Well, moving into a director role takes more than just being a good choreographer.
Right.
You're going to need strong leadership skills, communication skills to manage a team, Dancers, designers, technicians, all working towards that one artistic goal.
Right.
It's inspiring people, delegating effectively, and navigating all the crazy stuff that comes with production.
So it's like you're a visionary,
Yeah.
but you're also like a manager.
You got it.
Okay, so how can our listener use RoleCatcher AI to, kind of figure out these different career paths
So that's fantastic for that.
and prepare for those higher level roles?
Okay, so let's say you're looking at job postings for director positions.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze those descriptions, pull out the skills and experience they want, and then it'll show you how your profile matches up.
Wow.
And even recommend courses or workshops to help you fill in those gaps.
So it's like a personalized career roadmap.
It is. It's amazing.
That's so cool.
And it can even help you with writing cover letters.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, and practicing those interview answers specifically for those director roles.
So it's really setting you up for success.
It is. It's giving you all the tools you need.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the key takeaways?
Okay, well, remember, this field takes passion, resilience, and a constant need to grow.
Okay.
Embrace those challenges, stay curious, and never stop learning.
And
Oh, and don't forget RoleCatcher AI.
yes,
It can give you a real edge in your career.
this has been so insightful.
It's been fun.
I feel like our listener is ready to go.
They are.
Take on that interview and the world of choreology.
The world of dance is always changing. Embrace the unknown, push boundaries, never be afraid to express yourself through movement.
I love that. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of choreology.
My pleasure.
And to our listener, we wish you the best of luck in your interview and your future career. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep dancing.